quasi-real podcast.
Hey guys, I just got this package delivered, but it was from they said Phoenix? Phoenix? Is that a thing? What is that?
It sounds like it's some type of rival delivery service. One I certainly would not use. We are firm Craigslist users here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, positively.
But also
Craigslist for sure.
But also, who's it addressed to? Just curious.
I'm Mia.
I'm sure it was just something coming in from out of town. Had to use that service because they didn't know locally about Craigslist, obviously. Craigslist, that's the only service that I've ever used, except for on weekends and every other holiday when they're not available, and Phoenix is.
You wouldn't use Phoenix, I said.
Underneath their name, it just says Phoenix, we don't deliver drugs.
Well, I like that. That's very clear what they do and don't deliver.
Yes.
Also the packaging is top notch. If I were to use Phoenix, I would leave them a very good review.
There's also just the word absolutely underlined like 6 times. Is this a thing?
I've never heard of that word before, actually. Certainly not on any packages I've had delivered, because of course I only use Craigslist, even though with Phoenix I've heard you can be absolutely sure that your package will arrive safely overnight. But I'm sure Craigslist is the same. I would know because I use Craigslist exclusively. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Hypothetically, if I were to have used Phoenix and I were to be leaving some type of positive review, I would say that my favorite supplier, delivery person, would definitely be Phoenix 001. They're so speedy, they're so quick, and also when they show up with hypothetically, when they show up to deliver the package, they're always so sporty as well.
Yeah, and every time they deliver Phoenix 001, of course, the package is always really well cared for. There's no dents, nothing. It's like it was directly handed to you by the person who sent it. Hypothetically, of course.
Of course. Nix, there weren't any other packages out there, were there?
Oh yeah, there were, but I just sent them away because I didn't know what Phoenix was, so I thought it was a mistake. They didn't want me to give this one back.
I have to go for some unrelated reason. Goodbye,
yeah,
everyone.
Me too, actually. It's been great catching up about packages.
Yes, I will just take this one box here. Thank you very much.
Oh, hey, were they pretending like they don't use that one guy again?
Yeah, it really seems like it. They all just ran out the door.
I heard that other dude had some homeless dude just opening packages right at the front door one day, and people really did not like that.
That was probably Geist. Well, thanks, Phoenix 001. I'm glad you're
Phoenix, come back!
doing better than Craigslist, I guess.
Does one of those say new lease on it?
Welcome back to Mythcraft, the podcast, The Ties That Bind. Let's meet our subpoenaed standard bearers. Roger.
Geist. Only one more resurrection to go. My friendship with Rendo.
Mal.
Oh no. Rendo, feelings are great.
Andy.
Nix. That went... I think they are... I don't know how that went.
Tyrell.
Cade Rayner. How many people do you think are on a jury?
And Maggie.
Mia Corraheen. I suppose it's been a minute since I had a good subpoena-ing. Did you like that? Let's make it a Jaren, baby.
That's fucking good. That's so good.
And I'm your MC, Nathan. Let's jump in. Last time on The Ties That Bind, Nyx was reintroduced to the world, first to Geist, then to Gregory, then to the rest of the party. Mia was subpoenaed for the trial of Truby v. Dirge. You spent the morning with the Truby family strategizing around the trial and getting Nyx reintegrated into the party to mixed results on both accounts. And now we'll pick back up a few hours later. It is afternoon, moving toward evening, and the legal counsel for the Trubies is expected to arrive soon to brief Nia.
Oh, this has just been a lovely day, hasn't it?
So what's this mean again? Being served?
Basically, I have to speak at a trial that I was really, really hoping to be able to avoid, but they're basically saying I have to be there, otherwise they can throw me in jail.
Cool. Yeah, jail sounds bad.
Yeah, it's, it's not fun. It's terrible, I will tell you, on your nails and hair, that's for damn sure.
Should I, stay dead
What?
until after the trial? Does dying absolve you? I don't.
Absolutely.
Should
you're
I be
innocent.
there? Should I sit? Like they're going to. I don't know what to do here.
That is sort of a good question, actually. How are we going to explain this to anyone?
Just don't.
I mean, yeah, nobody is expecting her to be around, so she doesn't have to be necessarily when anybody is around. Or
I agree.
Or you just pretend like everyone who questions it is crazy and we are the only sane ones.
I do love that plan as well.
There's a lot of other people in the world besides us. That might be a hard sell.
Well, I mean, only the people who knew. I mean, she didn't know everybody, did she? What kind of, she's like a rock star or what?
To be honest, I don't know.
How many people go to your strip clubs?
Yeah, a lot. Okay, I'll just go out for cookies or something while you guys have a trial. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, right? You guys. It's just Nia. Nia can lie. Is it not just Nia? What? Yeah. Okay. I'll just listen.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. Like you said, it's just lying. It's just been a while since I've had to do this. Last time was my brothers were on trial, and it was all very, very much alleged, and I was like 12, so...
So we are killing the jury, or we're not doing that?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, when did that come into question?
Right.
I'm sorry,
Let's step back and talk about that some more.
I mean, I thought it was... Did Cade not say something about that?
Oh, yeah,
Is that
I'll
not...
offer for sure.
Yeah, is that not...
Right, I thought
So
we could just
no,
talk
we're
about it
not
some
doing
more.
that.
Well,
I mean, it's not really like a
could.
talking thing.
But did
Kind of
you
just
do
like,
anything?
you know,
I don't know how this stuff works.
well, they might do something.
You don't just kill all the innocent people.
Right. Yes, you are
problem
right,
with
Nix.
this
How
plan-
innocent is anyone, really?
The problem with this plan, they'll just pick another jury.
Well, yeah, then you make that your jury.
Was that really your first plan? Just to murder the jury?
I just
Not
offered.
mine.
It wasn't a plan.
For the record, I hadn't
Wouldn't
really
be the first time
considered
I've done it.
I thought we could talk about it.
Usually, you take care of the jury. Then when they redo the jury, you pay
What
the
do you
people
mean
in positions,
usually?
and then you make them your jury, and you rig it.
See, this all sounds like a very normal, regular thing.
It sounds
When he
like
says
something
it.
Mr. Cade has done before. Do you know anybody in town that would be able to assist us with finding our jury?
Nix,
Should you
Nix,
kill
do
the
not
first?
worry. I'm not considering this. Look, I'm even stepping here closer to you.
If you two need to go get cookies or whatever else you'd prefer be doing,
if you're going to bribe the
please
jury,
don't
just
let
bribe
us.
the jury. Don't kill the first jury to bribe the second jury. It's just like...
That actually isn't a horrible idea, either.
Well, during a hostile takeover, usually you have to like send a message. It's not just like killing the jury. It's killing the jury and basically looking at your rivals and saying, look what I'm willing to do to make sure that things go my way. You could be next.
A message. Yes, I see.
Yep.
I mean, you just
And I
have to
could kill the
create
prosecutor.
probable... What? Can you not just create probable cause in some way? Or, not probable cause. Fucking make them think you didn't do it. I know I'm getting confused because we're just talking about... Do you guys
We've
just murder
been
people now? Is this
trying to
just,
do
just
that.
the thing?
No,
the
I've given that
trial
up.
has been going on for some time now. The jury has seen a fair bit of evidence. I don't know that we can necessarily bribe an already existing jury. And, yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Nia, you just said something brilliant. They've already been looking at the evidence for some time. Do you think we could get evidence? the exact evidence that they have? Do you think we could get access to that to see what we're up against here?
It's possible. I mean,
it's a
at
lot
very least,
easier.
we could pick Pete's brain. 'Cause he's been dealing with this more predominantly. Of course, though, there could be things that we don't know yet have been.
I'll get the door. You guys keep talking.
Wait, ask who it is first. Don't just open the door for strangers.
All right. Who is it?
Page and Teller, attorneys at law.
All right, that
I
tracks.
don't think I want to open the door. I think it's lawyers.
Sounds like lawyers.
Have them prove they're lawyers of some kind. Tell them to do something lawyery.
I was told to tell you to do something lawyery.
Where is Pete? Get Pete. He'll vouch for us.
That sounds more
It's
suspect.
pretty weak, in fact. Lock the door.
All right, I'm just going to open the door. If you're not who you say you are, they're probably just going to... No, I'm not going to say that if you're lawyers.
Yeah, don't stop that sentence right there. Don't finish that.
Come in. I'm just visiting. Don't worry about it.
So two lawyers walk into a bar. One of them is a human male. They're both mid-30s, give or take, in human years. The other is an elf female. The human introduces himself as Page and his partner Teller, who own the establishment Page and Teller in Rumble Row, not far from where the Orso family lives. So they walk in. Pete will come into the room and facilitate introductions. Yes, Page and Teller have been representing us as the trial has been unfolding. I wanted to be sure that they could take some time this evening to catch you up to speed before you stand trial tomorrow, Nia. And
Appreciate that.
Page would look over to Pete and he would say, and is there any chance that the other individuals, it was Rendo and Geist, are going to be in the vicinity as well? Because otherwise contempt of court is going to be hard to swing.
Yeah, how firm? How firm? I had plans, I was going to say. But how firm is that requirement?
Remember what I said about your hair and your nails, Mr. Geist?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I think I could
Weighing my
be
options.
present.
Right, so I surmise that one of you is Rendo and the other is Geist?
Yeah, I'll be sure to let Geist know to be there.
So that one's Geist, pointing to Rendo.
You don't have to say anything, never mind.
Okay, look, we're your defense attorneys. You have to level with us if you want us to get you acquitted.
Why are we quitting something?
You're quitting your prison sentence. Look, we've almost got the jury where we want them. We've been working on this trial for a while. We just need to bring forth the witnesses that the judge has demanded we bring forth, so that we can get your side of the story, and then the prosecuting attorney will try to twist it, and we'll go back and forth on that a little bit. Once we convince the 12 jurors to come to a consensus, a unanimous consensus, then you're all off the hook.
I mean, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
I mean, I would hope so. It's not really up for discussion. It's the legal system.
Of course, yeah.
Glad you approve, Rendo, of all of this. Page and Teller, respectively, what has been, I suppose, thus far, the spin, if you will? Where were we? What have we been doing? What should we be trying to convince the jury of?
Great, down to business then. So Page and Teller will sit down at the table, and you would notice Page seems to be much more energetic and charismatic. He's doing all of the talking so far, or has been up to this point. Teller is a little bit like Gregory in some respects, in that she's like constantly taking notes. Like, it doesn't seem like she's missing anything in any interaction that's happening. So they sit down at the table, and Teller opens a brief and slides it over to you, and then she'll say, yeah, so up to this point in the trial, we have established we've basically dismantled the probable cause that the prosecuting attorneys have brought forth, saying that it was probably you who bombed Belloton and Meyer Dubs 6 months ago. A variety of eyewitness testimonies does place people matching your descriptions at those locations around the times of the explosions, but Pete has denied that you were the ones doing the explosions. He has not denied that there were disputes, including physical altercations, between the Trubies and Severses on one side, and a known violent occult criminal gang on the other side. Those altercations have been widely documented, and it would be foolhardy to try to present that in any other way. However, forgive me for my lack of tact, Miss Nia, but on the night of your wedding, your enemy struck first, through no provocation.
Indeed.
And so, since then, any act of, retaliation is not a word that this is why Paige does more of the talking when we're actually on the floor, but any act of, let's say in quotes, retaliation could be construed as self-defense, right? You're taking measures to prevent any further acts of aggression upon you. These
Absolutely.
explosions, and each of you being at the locations of these explosions, is only another sign that you are trying to prevent further destruction.
I like the way you think. I think that's a very astute and keen way of looking at this.
Now, you should know, this is a high court case. A very high-profile judge is reviewing this case. Because it is a case of great prominence, every witness must swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and they must do so upon a magic crystal that causes that to be magically enforced.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we swear upon it. So is the crystal going to make me tell the truth, or is it going to just, do something to me if I don't?
So, the way that it works, the way that I've seen it work in the past is, it literally causes you to glow if you are lying. Through commission or omission.
Interesting.
What color?
That's a good question.
That's an excellent question.
Purple, but I'm not sure why that matters.
No, it
Because if I can already come in glowing, that gives me an advantage, but glowing purple from the jump is a bit difficult, that's why.
Now, I've made some observations as to who you all are, so my partner Paige and I will step outside for just a moment. Provided that none of you stop, then they step outside. And Pete says, we can always switch out the crystal.
I think that sounds like a grand idea if we have that ability.
Obviously, it will take some doing, but we've done heists before and they've been successful, and only left several people dead.
Cade looks at Rendo.
Right. Well, that successful piece there. That's a sliding scale.
Okay.
Yeah, better than several hundred.
How big is the crystal? Do you have a
Bowling
matching
ball
crystal?
Well, that's the thing. The crystal doesn't have to match exactly because we're going to be the ones handling it, right? It will be on a pedestal that will go up and touch, but the jurors at a distance, the judge at a distance, as long as it looks close enough to withstand visual inspection, it doesn't even have to really be valuable. So the duplicate shouldn't be hard to come by, but it's an amethyst, maybe like the size of my fingers. Like it's a sizable shard, but it's not like a gigantic. It's smaller than the unerring spheres that you so love, Nyx.
Yeah, they're great.
Although, to that point, unerring spheres are also in the chamber, and so we'll have to account for that.
Good
Right.
to know.
Teller and Paige pop back inside.
Good outside chat.
Teller just nods. She pulls her blonde hair into a ponytail and she says, "Yeah, I think Paige is fantastic on the floor. He's very good at playing to the sympathies of the jury. You're all lucky that we have a jury that seems to be very emotionally in tune, which is always great for us."
That is very good to know. What's the dynamic of the jury exactly? What kind of split are we looking at? Is it more men, more women? What, anything of note that we should be aware of?
Paige nods. He says, yeah, actually, I think that something that would be really beneficial for us over the next few minutes is to go through the jurors themselves, what we know of them, what we've observed of them so far. And, of course, the same for the prosecuting attorney and the judge. It's helpful to know who you're going up against. So, while I have been laying out the arguments and, discussing matters with the other witnesses and, doing all of my arguments, Teller here has been gauging the reactions of everyone involved. So I'll have her take this part. Teller spreads out her folder, which I'm sharing with all of you now.
Handouts? Things to look at? Shareable items? Whoa.
And then Teller begins her analysis of the 12 jurors. So the first juror is a younger dwarven fellow. I'd say he's in his mid-50s. He seems to have been trying to work the other jurors a little bit, networking with them on lunch breaks. It seems like he's using this as a networking opportunity more than taking the jurying seriously, but whatever. He seems like a relatively neutral party, although he's tended to be more on the prosecution side than ours thus far. The second juror is a middle-aged elf. I'd place him roughly in his 300s, and this is one of the more poetic types, shall we say, who's been really persuaded by a good emotional narrative, so definitely someone who I think is safely going to remain more favorable towards us. Tragedy was put upon you, and you defended yourself. I think that speaks to many people on this jury.
With eyes like that, I'm quite glad they're pro-us.
Exactly, yes. Okay, sorry, I got my notes crossed here for a second. Yeah, the next one is a non-binary Brunei who is also swayed by emotional appeals similar to the elven individual. And although we're not supposed to disclose the names of any of the individuals, we have verified that this individual ran for Senate in Dirge before, so definitely has worked with the DPD, but isn't necessarily in their pocket. I think ran on a reform ticket similar to what you're doing now, Mia. The fourth one, the other non-binary individual on the panel, is a remnant. Probably know the least about this one. I'm not really sure where this individual came from, but unusual for remnants who tend to be a little bit more logic-oriented. This one definitely seems to really resonate with a good emotional story. The fifth one is a Kleppen with skunk-like features and has been observed by other sources that we have to be verbally dismissive of the Dirge Police Department, so likely to side with us on ideological grounds. Also fairly confident that they are a researcher for the Red Line Press, although not themselves a journalist. Juror number 6 is a satyr in her mid-30s. I've gotten the least of a read on her besides the remnant. She's stayed very cool and collected, and hasn't really given away many tells about where she might land on any of this. Which, in fairness, is supposed to be your job as a juror, but, how many jurors actually do that? Let's see, our second half of the jury here, we have a dwarvish woman in her early hundreds who has also been fairly hard to read, but I'd say generally one of the ones that's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Seems to be a little bit more on the side of DPD, law and order, irrespective of the fact, of course, that you all were trying to keep order and that was violated. There's a human, male, middle-aged, definitely another, political angle individual trying to work the other jurors a little bit. And I'm also pretty sure, again, I can't say names and it would violate laws for me to look into confirming actual names, but I'm fairly confident they write for the Yellow Journal, so probably using this or studying this jury for future pieces that they can sensationalize. I wouldn't be surprised if we read about it in the paper at some point. Let's see, last set of 4 here, we've got a male satyr, young adult, one of the youngest on the jury, in his early 20s. Possibly because he's so young, he seems very innocent compared to the others. Eager, wants to do a good job, definitely something that Mr. Page over here can use. And then juror number 10 is a human female, I'd say in her 30s, who seems to be trying to work the other jury a little bit. I'd say jurors 1, 8, and 10 are the ringleaders, or are vying to be the ringleaders. The last 2 are a trollkin in her middle age who seems to be trying to be the peacekeeper or the diplomat in the jury, especially between those 3 ringleaders, and a middle-aged human female who seems to be playing that diplomatic role a little bit as well. Now, I will also mention jurors 10 and 12 allegedly have been known to work with the McDoverns.
This is all so helpful.
Paige nods. My hope for the evening, Nia, and I'll ask the same of Geist and Rendo, he says, pointing first at Rendo and then at Geist, is that we can establish what makes the most sense to put forth tomorrow as to your involvement in the variety of activities that occurred 6 months ago, and how best to emphasize your desire to protect, contribute to the communities, how to prevent harm and violence from befalling these communities.
Okay. Rendo will kind of glance around at everyone else to see if that was an okay thing to say.
Subtle thumbs up. Nice.
Oh no.
And Paige will also say, the judge that we're presenting before is named Judge Liliana Shepherd. She has a long track record of caring about social change and social progress. I think that the Acorn Girls is a very useful set of data to bring forth.
Absolutely.
That does not mean that she will bend the law at all, and if she finds you guilty, she will rule as such. And the prosecuting attorney, Fibula Keen, is a ruthless cross-examiner, so be prepared for that. Stick to your story. You will have to answer questions. That's why you're there, right? To tell the whole truth. It is okay to pause and to think through what you're saying before you do, because there's a specific story that we want these beautiful, wonderful, empathetic individuals on the jury to walk away with.
I think I can handle her.
Paige nods. Confidence is good.
Has she tripped up at all?
Well,
Or has anything caused her to take pause? What has been her tell?
Does she like to drink? Does she go out at all?
Paige looks over to Teller. Teller looks through her notes a little bit more. Yes, it appears that she has gone to 3 or 4 different bars downtown. Usually, very briefly, she'll have, it looks like, a glass of red wine. She'll review her notes for the case, and then she'll head home. I've seen her a couple times speaking with informants, at least who I would surmise to be informants. They gave me the same appearance as meetings that I've had with some of our people. Beyond that, she's associated with Ravano Legal Services. Ravano himself, of course, can't engage in legal practice while he's running for office. That's an obvious conflict of interest there, but that doesn't mean that his firm can't operate, and she's one of the more prestigious individuals at his firm.
Is that
As
not
for
the
slip-ups
line you
in
followed?
court.
That isn't Nia running against? No, Ravana was. Sorry, I'm lost. Ignore me. I'm just processing.
Hey, you're doing just great.
What? I feel like Ravana shouldn't be involved at all. You could easily pull and say Ravana is using his power as. Sorry.
Ravano is squeaky clean as far as that's concerned.
I'm trying. I'll shut up.
Hey,
You guys continue.
it made a lot of sense to me.
It made
Don't
no
beat yourself
sense.
up.
It made
No,
no sense.
absolutely. If that were something that we hadn't pursued, we would. You're right. As for slip-ups in court, she's not quite as empathetic as Mr. Page here. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't put on a good facade. She is good at creating a narrative, at telling a story, at getting people invested in where she's going. And she's very sharp at remembering facts and getting people to trip up on the facts that they've espoused.
Right. Okay. This is all good to know, and I will take your note about if I need to take a moment to think about things. I will definitely use that.
Not to say that this won't happen, Nia, because I think this will happen, says Paige. But I haven't beaten her yet in any case, and we've tangled a few times.
May I offer you some feedback?
Do better? Is that your feedback?
No, that's the sort of information you share with the client after a trial, or not at all.
Or before.
Just not at all.
Before would have
I
been
knew I
great.
would like you, Nia.
Ah, you're lucky that Pete speaks so highly of you to this point. Very good. Well, let's plan that this is the first time that you beat her. I think it will be. Nia's just keeps coming back to the jury notes. She keeps going back to those. That is a touchstone for her.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, would you narrate to us, regale us what happened on those days when all of the explosions went down? Let's get a recap of events from each of your perspectives.
Of course. What I remember, which, if I'm being perfectly honest, is quite difficult. It was a very traumatic event that day. I do believe we were traveling toward the direction of where the eventual explosions allegedly occurred. Although, like I said, it is a bit fuzzy, especially with all of the destruction that still we are in the wake of these many, many months later. My goodness, there are some streets that haven't even had their signs put up again, how to know where you really were in any of these times. What I do recall, though, is seeing several individuals throughout the city that day, cloaked, I believe. Was it cloaked? Nia's going to look around. Cloaked, I think it was.
Yeah, they were very cloaked.
Right.
I do remember
And
that.
moving very swiftly in ways that were often against the grain of the rest of the general populace as the bombs were going off. I remember thinking that was very, very strange. I don't know, are there any other specific,
There's a few other pieces that I remember as well. I remember as we were driving down one of the streets, there was a woman walking her dog, and it was very suspicious. It was a suspicious time to be out walking your dog. I always remember
that dog.
She may have been wearing a cloak of some kind.
And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not sure that was a real dog.
I could neither confirm nor deny the presence of real dog.
It was walking rather oddly.
Right, and this was before or after the explosions began?
It was like right before. I feel like I remember seeing her right before the bombs went off. At least the first one.
And
The first one that we were aware of, at least.
Yeah, right. Rendo, remember, you and I, we had tried going to our favorite corner store to get some sausages, and there was a shootout that happened.
Yeah,
What a random happenstance.
It's dirge, so of course it can't be that weird, but with everything going on, it was so chaotic, and I remember trying to help people get out and get clear of the area, and there was just so much chaos.
I remember
going on.
yelling, leave, we have to go. All of us, we have to go.
Yeah.
Right,
that.
this was the deli just west of the priesthood of Pekash.
Yeah, certainly.
So you had a great concern for the civilian population. You were trying to get them out of harm's way. You saw members, I will allege that these might have been members of Mulator. They were wearing dark cloaks, which we know that members of Mulator often do when they engage in their operations. At the beginning of this narration, Nia, you mentioned that you were headed in the direction where the explosions then happened. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that? Why were you headed in that direction?
Well, a dear friend of ours that we lost that day, we were trying to convince her that cars were not so bad. And so we were taking her just for like a little ride around town. And I remember not being able to tell that there were necessarily any bombs going off, or not being sure of what it was at first, because she had,
I know.
you'll remember this, she had piled pillows up all around
That's why
us
we
in
had
the
so
car.
many pillows, right.
There was so many pillows in the car.
Yeah.
But that ended up being helpful. I think I remember, maybe it was Rendo or Geist, somebody was tearing pillowcases to make bandages for people on the street before we had to start moving away from that area.
Right. I do remember them getting shredded at some point, so that's likely what happened.
It was just an afternoon drive.
If there were pillows, it might have been difficult for you to see where all of the explosions happened. So how did you know to go to the deli?
We knew to go to the deli because we were hungry. That's an easy question.
Yeah, normal trip, and then we realized.
And there was a shootout when you arrived, even though you were hungry.
I mean, right, those are two mutually exclusive events. You can be hungry during a shootout. Have you ever been in a shootout?
I don't carry a gun.
That's first
You
problem.
wouldn't last very long in a shootout,
This
right?
motherfucker
Dirge
not
is a
carrying a gun
dangerous
around
place
here.
to not be carrying a gun.
Yeah, don't go to
Respectfully,
invalids.
of course.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
I'm just trying to get a full picture of what transpired on this day. So you filled a car with pillows so that your friend would feel safe sitting in it. Although, of course, this made it difficult to see, yet you still saw someone walking a dog right before explosions happened, which led you to the deli because you were hungry, where there was a shootout.
If I may, we didn't put pillows in front of our field of vision. That would have been irresponsible.
Yeah, they were just like around us in the seats.
Okay. Great. And you used them to bandage individuals once they were hurt. This is, of course, what noble and upstanding citizens of Dirge would do.
Indeed.
You also yelled for people to get out as the shootout transpired, which...
We have to go. We have to go. We should leave this place. I said that.
Yeah, you did. I heard it.
I remember.
And did you? Did you then leave the place?
We tried,
I do believe
I
we
mean-
did, yeah.
Yeah, trying to get as many people out with us too.
So you tried to get people out with you, as you said you must leave this place. Was this before or after the explosion at the deli?
Bullets were flying everywhere. I can't
It
recall
all
with any
happened so
certainty.
fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Rendo leans over to Geist a little bit. I think we're doing great.
Fucking crushing it.
I think that Cade and Nyx would both see Teller's jaw clenching as she's taking slow notes. And there's like, she's not actually crying. There's no real tear, but there's the perception of a general we're sunk. With, like, her
I think
shoulders
she
are
was
sagging a little bit as she's taking notes.
Oh man.
Paige says, "Why did you see fit to drive your friend who is scared of cars west into territory occupied by Molitor while you were in active conflict with that same organization?"
Because it's a free city. We're allowed to go wherever we want. And the fact of the matter is we wanted sausages, so we drove toward the sausages. It was too far to walk.
Can get sausages in other places in
Not
Dirge.
like
Yes,
these.
it's a free.
Not like
Not
these.
these.
But-
These have
These
fennel in
sausages.
them, and they're
Best
spice
sausages in
blended.
Dirge.
They're
God
good.
damn
No,
it.
believe me, I've had them. They're good sausages. But there's a
Like
there's
the
a
best.
different
They're not just good.
Yeah.
there's a
Say it.
Geist, please. There's and you too, Rendo. There's a difference in free will and freedom from consequences. When you're in a gang war, you don't head into the neighborhood controlled by the other gang without expecting those consequences. Unless
If I
you're
may.
hopelessly naive.
If I may,
So
I-
reasonable consequences
right.
is for the other gang to start exploding buildings throughout the city because we went for sausages. That doesn't make sense
if
to
and
me.
when the day
That
comes
seems
where I am
completely
unable
unreasonable.
to go and get a sausage from the establishment that I deem necessary, then simply I must say, I do not wish to live here anymore. I rest my case.
I don't think you guys are going
Yeah.
to win. I don't
You're the
think
witness,
this is going to go
Rendo.
well.
I say that, not you. Look, if okay, I'm gonna level with you all. If we don't whip this into shape, then, as you said, Rendo, you probably won't live in this city anymore. They'll probably lock you away in the pit.
Like try.
He gives a subtle wink to Rendo.
I didn't say. Oh. Mm.
So
Teller
hold on.
vision cuts between the two of you.
Hold on. Your story to get this jury. Sorry, bystander. Your story to get the jury over to your side is you wanted sausages, and there were explosions on the way.
From my perspective, these seem to be two very distinct situations, and I frankly don't know why the Truby family or cobblers at large are being brought into the questioning at all. We were just out on an errand. We said, let's go grab a bite. And our friend said, oh, I don't want to have to walk that far. We said, well, we'll drive. And she said, well, I'm afraid of driving. We'll say, we'll throw pillows in the back. It'll be fine. We drove to the place. Bombs happened to happen. A shootout happened to happen. We helped people in the process. I'm just curious. I heard hero. I heard, we did our best.
Can I make a suggestion based off of what I know about all of you?
Of course, speak your mind.
That friend you were driving around, she was killed by Molitor, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In what you're trying to say is Molitor did the bombing, right? We're trying to paint them as the bad guys.
Correct.
Correct. So, like, maybe you focus the story around your friend instead of sausages,
That's a
right?
pretty dark place to think and go back to.
Might be
Have
what
an
you
emotional
need.
appeal, I'd say.
I understand she has, connections with the temple out there. Maybe even had people to go visit, which was why you were driving that way, and why she had to get in a car with pillows to feel safe. I don't know. If I had to, make an emotional story to connect with some jurors, maybe I would talk about how they did all this and then caught up with you and murdered your friend anyway. Just a suggestion from
It's a very
outside
good suggestion.
perspective.
It's very good.
I think, yeah, it's a good
But
suggestion, and also
sausages
the
great
sausages
too.
are very good.
You've obviously
Yeah.
never had that one, but that's okay.
I haven't. No, it was bombed. How could I?
Sounds like a plan.
Allow me to also remind you the framing around the incident of the bombing itself, which is where the three of you are implicated, is that Molitor attacked the Trubies and Severses on the day of a wedding, a day when people's guards were lowered, a day when people were celebrating the coming together of disparate factions in Dirge. So while you, Nia, and Pete, and obviously Sheldon and Nikki, there was a lot of coming together that was happening that day. Molitor took advantage of that time to start tearing the city down. Once they took that over, several weeks later, the Turner's Toast, Arya's Toast, that tavern blew up in a big ball of fire, right? And we know that Molitor was there, we know that the cobblers were there. There's a lot of stipulation that at least three of you were there as well. Likely more. I mean, Pete has as much as admitted that he was there. Saying that you were out on a grocery run is not compelling when we know that there was actively a gang war going on. Nor is it truthful. And remember, you will be sworn to tell the truth.
I maybe did forget that part.
Well, the large majority of the truth that I shared.
But not the whole truth, which is one of the stipulations. My job as your defense attorney is to get you acquitted, which means I need you to be as prepared as possible for tomorrow. So I'm simply reminding you, there will be a great deal of scrutiny on everything that you say, especially from the cross-examination. I've been trying to trap you. I've been trying to get you to trip up.
You could never
To
trap
see
me.
where your weak spots. Please. to see to see where your weak spots might be,
So many.
so that we can shore them up, so that Fibula Keen will not be able to fully exploit them. And where we're at right now, she certainly will.
Well, if you're gonna lie, you say as little as you have to, right?
You
Like,
literally can't lie, and you have to include the full truth.
right. If you're
No,
if
but
you're
we don't say
telling the
anything.
truth, if you're telling truth, you like quotes. The key
Paige
is
just throws his
say
hands up.
as little as is necessary in the court of law, because they can't get you on what you don't say. So, from what I understand, Trubies were not in an active gang war. They were being viciously and utterly attacked at every turn, everywhere they went throughout the city. And when they tried to make amends, when they tried to make peace, Molitor proceeded to bomb and destroy buildings in an attempt to villainize the victim.
Shit, can we put him on the stand?
I do really like how that sounded.
There is no evidence that the Trubies ever assaulted Molitor in any distinctive way. Molitor attacked the Trubies over and over again in an attempt to draw them out into open combat.
Now, Cade, tell them you rest your case.
I rest my case.
Oh boy.
We can bring him with us, right?
I'm not a Trubie, I don't think, and I was not actually there.
It's a public trial. People can be in the room, but as your friend here was not a witness, we can't call him to the witness stand.
Damn.
Right, I mean, that's all you gotta say. I mean, if they try to push it, you just continue to say, I am an outstanding citizen. Miss Nia's running for elected official and has little Girl Scout things and does everything she can to make this place better every day. And it's
And I own
slander
the bar.
to even suggest that she would do anything to hurt anyone in this fine town.
Geist goes to add that he owns a business and then stops and looks over to Nyx and then just shuts up.
Paige points over at Rendo and says, Geist, yeah, you own a bar, you say.
It's no. What? What are
You're
you
not
saying?
Geist, you're Rendo in this.
Oh,
Why?
right, sorry.
I can't keep track.
Paige and Teller share a look, and then Paige pulls out a silver note and hands it over to Teller, and then he turns back to Rendo and says, so Rendo, you own a bar, and were there any community building events that you hosted at the bar concurrent with the events?
I don't know what concurrent means, but we did do some events. We had a ladies' night, which was a big hit. And I do tend to have a lot of the Dirge Police Department that are regulars at my establishment.
In fact, many of the ladies who serve in the DPD or are married to individuals who do were present at said ladies' night, if I'm not mistaken.
They were indeed.
And Geist, rumor has it that you were something of a role model among the local youths.
Yeah, who said that? Where'd you hear that from?
Oh, you know, little trash griffin in the alley, whispering his tales.
Yeah, well, you're not far off. That's actually entirely true. Yes, I was something of a mentor to the youth.
He loves kids.
Wait,
Real great.
Rendo, no, Nitsu. I have a reasonable relationship with the youth of the city.
In fact, I believe you did community building not just through the arts, but you offered your own property as a place where they could congregate to play their trading card games, and you offered your own walls for them to practice their mural craft on, because, of course, it is vandalism if they do it without permission, but
Right.
when it's invited and encouraged on a specific area,
It was
becomes
invited and
community
encouraged.
art.
Yes,
Exactly.
I consider my store something of a friendly local game store. I had Friday night source tournaments.
After the trial, we may have more to talk about, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, each of the three of you have contributed to the betterment of the social fabric of Dirge. You all did excellently there. When I'm trying to compliment you, you're very good at it. When I'm trying to cross-examine you, you get very defensive very quickly.
I think that says much more about
I think
your
I
approach than it does
understand.
us.
I think I understand the pattern here that you are shining tonight. So perhaps when you are cross-examining us, we should be coming at it from a more sympathetic mindset and less defensive, even though we are actively having to defend ourselves in that moment.
Precisely. So, for example, yes, you were going to the bombings to try to prevent them, provided that that's true, because I don't know what actually happened, nor can I.
You call me a liar?
You shouldn't do that.
Cade stands up.
You really shouldn't do that right now.
It's all right, Cade.
I mean, if we're having to be honest, just gonna do the quotes again. If we're having to be honest, were we really there to prevent the bombings, or were we not just bystanders of the bombings?
I mean, if you're being fully honest and bound by magic to be fully honest, we will find out tomorrow.
Okay.
There is certainly nothing false about us stating clearly and concisely that we just so happened to be near the area while the bombs were going off. There are no falsehoods there.
Oh, that's very true. That is very true.
It is true,
Bombs
but...
occurred and we were near them.
Title of the episode.
Writing that down real quick.
As true as that may be, whether it's from our side or from the prosecuting side, one of us will attempt to establish a narrative here. The narrative that I want to establish is that you're protecting the community, that you're uplifting the community. We've seen all of that. You're perfect marks on all of that from all of you. But that part of that is...
Perfect.
He just throws up his hands again. Part of that is going to include protecting the community from the predations of Molitor. After Molitor attacked you, you started pushing back. Yes, that involved some conflict, but that was you trying to mitigate the damage they were doing to society.
And that the police were not helping with. Simple fact of the matter, we had
rarely
to
do,
take our
so.
own protections in where we needed to because the police have done nothing to help us. The police have had it out for the cobblers since day one, and I don't really understand why, do any of you?
Oh, would it help in the defense that one of their own personally followed around, stalked, and tried to verbally assault all of them while on business trips to Granite Bay?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
they got
more.
some
Does that
hotshot
happen?
policemen who like to come around and accuse them of all kinds of horrible things and be real mean and stuff.
Fucking McMurray.
Pretty sure make guys cry at one point.
Well, I mean, would that help us if that were true?
Was that true? You're going to be under oath.
That was very
He
true.
he hits it with some air quotes.
Oh.
I cried.
Maybe he didn't cry, but all the rest is true. I'm not lying about that.
No, that is actually a very good point.
I don't even think he's a police officer anymore, though.
We didn't know that. I was under the impression the entire time that he was very much operating as a member of the Dirge Police Department.
So, okay, well, either
He does
that was a...
He does have an alcohol problem as well. I've had to cut him off a couple times at my bar.
Alright, so that paints a picture of someone who is unstable, not thinking clearly. He has either been acting out of a personal drive for vindication, or if he is operating on behalf of the Dirge Police Department, then he is harassing and intimidating the subject of a trial, thereby interfering with the laws that the police department themselves swear to.
Wait.
That's
Listen.
very helpful.
Yes, it's certainly helpful. I just, what if we went back to Molitor being the bad guys here?
Well, yeah, they are the bad guys, but also the police weren't doing shit. They were not only not doing shit, but they were openly intimidating and blaming you without evidence.
Well,
The
here's one.
Police, yes. I think McMurray's been through enough.
I don't think he's been through near enough, personally.
What the fuck's he
I don't
got
like
on you,
that guy.
Geist?
No, nothing. In fact,
Then why I'm Leah's gonna start looking around a little incensed. And I'm sorry, why do we give two fucks if McMurray's had enough? He's been harassing us for months. Before any of this, he was harassing us.
well, let's just say I can understand McMurray's state of mind. McMurray lost someone important to him, and he seems to be struggling.
I mean, we did
We've all
too. but
lost people.
he didn't seem to be very
And yes.
respectful of that.
And hypothetically, we've all done some things that we're not necessarily proud of. Now, Molitor, they're the bad guys here. McMurray, he's a villain of a different book.
All of that is actually very helpful because something that I intend to do is show through the narrative that we're constructing how there are two organizations that intended to resist Molitor, the true villains of this story, right? There's the Dirge Police Department, which is full of good actors and bad actors. They're bureaucratically tied to the governing bodies of Dirge, and that leads to various conflicts of interest. And so, while some of them attempted to help, and you certainly offered plenty of olive branches by hosting Ladies' Night and similar activities, right? There's a very clear way to delineate between what the Dirge Police Department could and should be and what it was in that situation, which I think is very compelling. Now, something else that you mentioned, Geist, is all of us have done things that we wish we hadn't, so let's talk about the car crash.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to know about the car crash?
Why did you crash the car?
Same reason anyone crashes a car. You lost control of yourself for a moment.
Okay.
You meant it, right? Lost
Yeah,
control
of course. Right.
So you did crash the car.
I was certainly the individual touching the wheel when the car crashed, so yes, I would say yes.
And in the explosions that occurred, one of the Dirge Police Department, one of the guys in gray, was killed. Was that the car crash, or was that
tragic.
one of the other explosions?
I believe that would have been sometime after the car had crashed. But I can neither confirm nor deny where the final explosion came from, which would have led to the casualty.
You were not present at the time that your car exploded.
Not that I recall, no.
You're learning. That was. I won't say no flaws because who is she? Why are you here?
Oh, you just started talking and I was sitting here and you just kept going. I feel like you should have checked, but I'm in it now.
Teller starts rifling through to find a non-disclosure agreement, and he's gonna walk over and ask you to sign it.
What happens if I don't? I feel like this is...
I mean, if you don't, we can't make you. That was our mistake. You're surrounded by cobblers, so we assume you're affiliated with the cobblers in some way.
I'm gonna read these papers. You continue. I'm just gonna sign.
God.
That ready. It was ready.
All Alright, so while you're reading this non-disclosure agreement, Teller turns back to the rest of the party. Is there anything else that we need to know? I mean, that response, given the incident with the automobile, was quite good. What tripping points are you all aware of that we should prepare for so that we can head them off in our own questioning view before Attorney Keene gets a crack at you?
I have some concerns to what degree they've dug into our backgrounds, history, family, etc.
I certainly have some concerns as well.
Is there incriminating activity in your past that we should be aware of that may come to light?
The only public records that I'm aware of should go back about 10 years and are tied to my business and my establishment. It is likely important to know that I was connected, though in the position of a victim, with Molitor for some time. Held captive, to be specific.
They abducted you.
Yes, they held me against my will for some time.
How were you treated during this time?
I don't believe I currently have words to describe the depths of which their depravity sank. Damn.
Did they harm you verbally?
Can I say now? Yes. And to all the questions that come after, yes. No, not that. You're sick.
Listen, Geist, my sense of humor is such that I was going to ask if they brought you flowers and gave you candy when you said yes to all of that. Forgive me for getting us off topic. I understand it must be deeply traumatizing to revisit this, but we must so that Keene does not throw you off with it.
Very well.
Did they abuse you physically?
Yes.
Do you still have scars from the abuse that they inflicted upon you?
He just slowly begins taking off his shirt.
Are they gonna... Does he have to do that? In, like, a courtroom?
Yes, I think I will.
I think you
distract
should.
him with your good looks. I like it. Keep going.
No, I think I'll stop at the short, but thanks though, Cade.
Damn.
And, of course, it's your back, right, that is covered in scars of various kinds.
Yeah, most definitely.
Paige nods. Teller has looked away. And then, after perhaps a moment too long, Paige says, okay, you can put your clothes back on.
He does so.
Rendo and Nia, is there anything from your past that we should head off?
Is it relevant to this case that I was made in Molitor?
Yeah, I'd say that's relevant. Say a little bit more about that.
You're a product of, they made you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, before about 3 years ago, I didn't exist, and I exist because they create a lot of hellspawn to do their dirty work, and then I left, and I don't do their dirty work anymore.
Yes, good. All right.
In my
Teller
defense,
is taking a lot of notes.
I didn't know that it was wrong at the time, but I have been shown the error of my ways and that there's a different kind of life that can be lived.
Jake from Adventure
Guys
Time.
just collapse.
I didn't know it
Guys
was
just collapse. Yo, Jake is wise as
This
hell.
might be verbatim what Geist said to Rendo 3
Tear to
years
his
ago.
In your defense, you didn't know at the time that what was wrong.
Working for Molitor, of course.
Working how?
I mean, how relevant is it really when we're talking about the bombings now? I mean, all that matters now is that I am against them fully, right? Is looking around to see if anyone will back him up.
I'm sorry, Rendo, that's not all that's relevant now. No.
Geist is about
It's
to back you up.
important. It's important for them to know what they had you doing, because that might paint them in a worse light, right? They made you, convinced you that you had to do these things. You're not in the wrong for doing those things if you were made to, Rendo.
Okay.
Well, I mean, legally speaking, but yes. This will
Shut the
paint
fuck
them.
up, Teller.
No, the point here is to paint them as people who kidnap and torture and who create people with the intent that those people will not have autonomy but will instead inflict acts of violence in accordance with Molitor's own desires.
So, I feel like it may be safe to say, if you were to ask me something that I maybe did, the answer's probably yes.
You took flowers and candy to that guy while he was in the stretching rack.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
But
No,
they
I can
were
certainly
inspired.
work with that. Torture of the worst kind.
And what they didn't know is he's got tons of cavities. So,
They've since been filled. It's one of the first things I did.
Truly diabolical to invoke dentists.
I try not to think about it too much. It was a dark time in my past.
And, Nia, is there anything from your past that we should bring to light in regards to Molitor or in regards to criminal activity?
Define
Besides, of course, that you are a
past.
Severance.
Hmm.
Your own lived life, not the activity of your forebears.
What's the likelihood of them having people that have been spying on us for the last few months to dig up dirt?
Quite high.
Well, then I suppose I could say that due to the murder and cold blood of my husband, I have had to find employment that is less than maybe above board at times in order to survive.
Regardless of what's legally on the books, I hardly think that anyone would view that as truly criminal. Certainly not as
We should be good.
very good. Alright, well, I have a lot to work with. Thank you all. Teller and I will compare notes. We usually do our late night work and our case prep at the Tacky Dandelion. So if any of you think of anything else and want to come and speak with us, you should be able to find us there for the next couple hours, but otherwise we'll leave you be. Encourage you all to get a long night's rest, dress sharp, that will certainly help, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow at the court.
Here, you can have this piece of paper. Nick's just signed a random ass name.
We love it. We love to see it.
Can we randomly generate that random name?
It's a real NPC somewhere
Roll it,
in
Nathan.
Dirge.
Roll it.
Roll it, roll it.
Madeline Desmond.
Oh,
It's a good name.
yeah.
That is what has been signed. Madeline Desmond.
I feel like I'm gonna look back in 2 weeks and have, well, 2 months, we'll say, and I'll have no idea what this GM node, Madeline Desmond, Nix's alias on the NDA. I'm gonna have no clue what that is.
It's gonna be
That's
such
funny.
a small little blip in the future.
Not to Madeline Desmond. We're gonna ruin her life.
All right, as the legal counsel leaves, do you all have any more discussing or planning now that legal counsel and official ears are no longer in the room?
So how are we gonna fucking steal this crystal? How are we gonna make that happen?
You guys aren't going to win. It's going to go poorly.
What? No, come again, Nix. What was that you just said?
You have to do something. You're not going to. You guys can't.
Lie. It's called lie. We're going to steal a crystal so we can lie.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to, because without that, you are not going to win.
I am not going to steal a crystal. And he winks at Nix.
Wait, but that's what we just said we were doing. What you mean you're not gonna? We agreed. I thought we agreed. Right, like, looking around at everyone. We agreed, right? Like, that is what we're gonna do.
Nia's gonna look at Nyx and go, "Do you see what you've left me with?" And step outside to have a cigarette.
Wait a minute.
So wait,
why
you
are
guys really
leaving?
did blow up those buildings, though?
Absolutely not.
No.
Yes.
No, we did not.
Right,
Right.
right.
Not well.
That went well.
So, to be clear, your only plan is to steal the crystal?
I'm pretty sure Cade already has a different plan.
Okay,
Oh,
steal the
wow.
crystal or murder everybody.
Well, not murder everybody. I mean, like,
Just 12 people.
maybe not even all of them.
Select few.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
do have
there you
that
go.
list.
I want everyone to know that given some of our recent escapades, I'm going to take some time off from unnecessary murder.
Well, that's certainly big of you.
Thank you.
Nerd.
Whatever you say, you know what? That's fine. It's going to go right over me. I'm going to let that pass right by. Trying to turn over a new leaf.
New lease.
So you're gonna sway the jury with once you can lie.
How much did you fuck up your relationship with McMurray? Can you, I mean, if he comes in and says, I was wrong, you'd win.
Murray is a broken man.
What did you do to
Yeah,
him?
that makes them pliable.
You seem to think quite
We
a lot
didn't
of him,
do
Geist.
anything.
Do you think there's any repairing that relationship?
I don't know. It's possible, I imagine. Anything's possible with the right attitude and the right plan. But
The right number of gems and
that's what I'm trying. That's what I was alluding to. Yes, but I don't know if we can do that for McMurray.
Well,
Listen, all I was trying to get at with my direction with McMurray is, regardless of what problems we had with the Dirge PD, McMurray seemed like a reasonable fellow who actually cared about the people of Dirge. And something tragic happened to him. And, you know what, sue me if that's an incorrect feeling to have or to hold on to as a belief.
yeah, probably.
I think we are getting. Isn't that why we're going to court?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, it goes without saying that if you lose, a lot more people will probably die. I mean, I'm not going to let Ms. Nee go to jail.
Oh, no.
No,
I think we're all in
of
agreement
course,
that
I
if something
wouldn't
goes
do that
wrong and
either.
if we lose, we will resist.
Yeah,
Alright,
whatever
then.
happens, Nia's not going to jail. I mean, think of her nails and her hair. Wouldn't want anything bad to happen to that.
I mean, she's going to run the
So-
city, so, I mean, you can't be in jail when you're taking over the city.
What is it, Nix? You seem upset about this, again, air quotes, planning session of ours.
I'm just trying to take it in. I should probably not be in that courtroom, right? There's gonna be somebody that recognizes me.
could always put a hat on you. Just a disguise or something. If you really wanted to
Glasses.
I think you should be wherever you want to be. I don't think you owe anything to anybody.
be there. This fucking guy.
Right. I no, just logistically. Or can you use me as like the secret weapon? Bum, 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 boom, she's alive. Everything gets thrown into chaos.
And we escape.
Do you think that would work?
Do you got, like, secret evidence that blow the lid off the thing?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're just alive, then it seems like they lied about their friend dying.
I mean, I was told there was a funeral and many people were at it.
That was like a big lie. A lot of cover up.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe you
both
shouldn't
stories
be
can
there.
be true.
And then they put
But
me on the
also
truth
for-
crystal, and then like, oh, did you die? And I'd be like, yes, and I wouldn't glow, and then it would. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
Hold
The
on, hold on,
legality
hold on,
of
hold on.
necromancy and dirge.
The hat is sounding
might be
more
onto
and more like a
something.
better
Generally frowned upon.
idea.
Yeah, I should. All right. Yeah, I'll just wear a disguise. It'll be fine.
Pete, how do you think trial's been going so far?
Pete shrugs. He says, I think it's gone as well as we could hope for it to so far, given that I have been speaking under magical oath to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth. I was not in the car with you. I was not party to the exact explosions, which has been probably the only thing that has kept us afloat. Paige and Teller have done an admirable job of keeping up with Fibula Keen, leading me and Bill and painting the story in such a way that again, it's not a lie to say that we were the ones that were put upon. The war came to us and we defended ourselves and our neighbors. There's no lie there. They've done a very good job of driving that home to the jury and emphasizing how we have strived to help rebuild both during the war and, of course, after it. Now, I've admitted to being involved in attacking our own building that was taken over by them, with force, with explosives, with guns, all of that. They know that we've been violently involved, but that we were provoked.
Okay. Defense. Defense is our best argument through all of this, then. We were the ones being attacked. However we can get it back to we were the ones being attacked, that's going to be the easiest way for us to stay, in quotes, honest.
Indeed.
Is the prosecutor viable, intimidatable, removable?
If anything were to removable, no. That would reflect quite badly on us. Bribable, intimidatable, I think the threshold for either one is quite high. She is a force.
And that's why I asked if she went drinking, because you just get really drunk the night before, right? She seems stuck up. You go out, you made her have a good time.
What about Ravino?
Ravano, the presidential candidate?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about him? His
Is he
Lothworm
accessible?
get to him? Not likely. Not in the time frame that we need.
Fair.
I mean, we certainly could pursue every venue available to us, and that may include trying to track her down tonight. But also, I want to be sure we have a plan in place regarding the crystal itself. if we have a number of contingencies and all of them don't work except for one, then we're on better footing.
Well, do we know where it's being kept?
Not with certainty, but I would assume within the courthouse.
And do we know if there are more than one kept in a singular location? Is there any certainty that if we go into the room, go into the location, are we looking for one, or is there a multitude of options, and we would need to take all of them?
I'm operating on some hypotheses here, given I don't actually know, but I would guess that there are multiple. Swapping them out before the trial begins would be likely counterproductive because I suspect that they check inventory for holding the trial. But if we can get a recess and swap it out from within the courtroom itself after the trial has commenced for the day, that's far more likely to be successful. Also, breaking into the courthouse at night is almost impregnable. Like, we need to be there when we're supposed to be there. And then through a feat of distraction, of sleight of hand, smoke and mirrors, however we make it work, swap out the crystal.
Can I ask, Pete, what... Alright, we put our hands on this thing, and if we lie, it's going to make us glow purple, but when we actually place our hand on it, does anything happen at that point?
Yes. Yeah, and that's also going to be something we have to figure out. Your hand glows purple very briefly to verify that the spell has been cast, as it were. So we'll have to find a way to facsimilate that.
I just had another idea, but it is probably the most unsavory that I have come up with yet. So
we're not killing the judge.
Oh, no, that would be real stupid. It wouldn't make any sense. But in the same sense that if I removed the prosecutor, which I knew that removing the prosecutor would be a problem, which is why I do not want to get to that point. If said defense attorneys were found dead due to an unknown source, and we went into court, that would look very poorly on the prosecution at large, would it not?
It would.
Especially if it looked like somebody close did the business.
It would. It would be a shame because I really like those two.
Don't kill them. Just go, like, if you're gonna do that, just dress in cloaks and go bomb a building during the frickin' court proceedings.
Man, it's not personal enough. Can't get a mistrial from that.
It's a reasonable doubt, right?
Reasonable doubt indeed. If the accusation is that these three were involved in bombings and they're all in court.
When bombings of cloaked people occur.
All right. Yeah.
Nix, are you insinuating that you know someone who would do this for
Place
us?
has got to be important, though. Can't be just a random place.
Yeah, but it also has to be a place where there's
I
no
mean,
people.
it can be the cobbler's cause. We can all, yes.
Not even a couple
Mondas.
people. It's more believable if there's at least one, or maybe two. I mean, a handful would be perfect, but
No.
what about like a dog? Some like
No.
Swear
animal.
to fucking
Yeah.
Kakash
Trash
if
griffin
one
or
of
something.
you lays a
Hey,
finger.
hey.
Now a trash griffin.
Calm down, Cade.
Wait.
No, absolutely not. I will not.
We know, rather, we suspect that we'll be getting a visit from the cartel sometime soon, given what we did to their place.
Are you suggesting that we plant a bomb here and wait for the cartel to arrive and then detonate it when they get here?
How does that help your
You're
trial?
putting words in my mouth. I'm sorry, I've been in
Have
court
you
for...
you led me right
yes,
there,
That's,
I feel.
yes.
I believe the phrase
That's
is
devious.
two birds,
I like it.
one stone.
So you're just hoping that the cartels show up at the same time as the trial?
I don't know how we get them here.
Right, we would have to help
Sometime.
them along, and we've got... Right, it's all tomorrow, it's all too fast. Although the cartel was dealing directly with the gold boots before we robbed them, and the gold boots certainly would begrudge us if they knew that we were the ones that robbed them. And
So
they
you
know where
want
we
us-
live, they might pay us.
You want
a
to
visit.
start another turf war and be like, hey, gold boots, we pissed off your bosses, come hit us, and...
Technically,
I-
that has already
I'm just-
started.
Yeah,
It's
that
just a matter
turf
of
war, I
when
think we
they'll
can
find us.
end it really quickly. We get them to show up, we hit them hard, we get exonerated, Nia's popularity soars, she becomes mayor, we control the police department, we crack down on the gold boots. Done.
Oh, I've never been more exciting about bombing a building. Allegedly.
I think it's got promise.
I think it's got moxie. I like this plan quite a lot, actually. We do have to move very quickly, though.
Yes, and we still
Yeah,
need to figure
I'd
out the
say.
crystal because you will be torn apart by the prosecuting attorney if we don't handle that.
Is there anything that prevents you from using magic of your own when you're inside the courthouse?
I do believe they have runes that suppress most magic. I don't remember the specifics or the legalities, but I know that, anything that might sway someone's opinion magically is definitely illegal, if not impossible,
Right,
given the
right.
wording. Right.
Is there anything that would dismiss a summon of some kind if it were to be summoned on the outside of the courthouse and snuck inside one's coat and jacket?
That I'm unsure of.
Do we know what kind of effect the crystal is? Like, is this like, are you charmed by this and are forced to do it? Or like, what is if there were a moniker for type of thing that it was affecting you with?
Yeah, like a tag of some kind.
Tag of some kind or
Some sort of
No.
mechanical something.
You're not charmed or even, dare I say, enthralled. It's more that it's just let's call it a tie that binds you to the truth.
I keep hearing that phrase everywhere.
I saw it on a billboard yesterday.
Okay, so there's a plan to steal the crystal in the middle of a recess, and another plan to do things outside of the courtroom.
Simultaneously, right.
Right. If that second thing were to occur, should these three not know, just in case the crystal does not go away?
Yes. Yes, Nix, I'm so glad to have you back.
All right. Cade and I on Team A, everybody else on Team B.
So is Team B
Now-
going outside then? So we don't know what's
Sure, yes,
happening on
Right.
Team A.
right.
Cade and I could walk away.
Yeah, there's less of us, I think. 1, 2. Yep.
Well, I've already stood up now, though.
I'm halfway out the door,
All right. Bye.
trying to.
Right, but I'll be
Yeah,
just
you've
outside.
been standing over there for a
just
while.
For the record.
She was doing the thing where she just has a hand out and she's just smoking, trying to be polite.
Cade has not stopped smoking this entire time he's sitting on the couch.
And that's why she's at least trying to hold hers outside, just for the sake of, we don't want to totally fog out this room.
I mean, it's the cobbler's closet. It's not got a great AQI.
It's got a bill hole.
It does have a
All fine establishments
ambiance.
do.
Yeah, sweet.
Check out our bill.
All right. So can't kill nobody.
I mean, can we compromise if you really must?
I don't must. It would be more believable.
If you, yeah, no, you're true. Somebody, a dead body needs to be in the building. At least one.
Right, because
Better if it's more of the gold boots.
All right, Pete, or more. So just go piss them off, leave them here. Boom. Or do we want to make them come multiple places? Does it have to be the gold boots? Can we just... It's Dirge. We could probably find a body or two. I've been told that's a lot easier these days for some reason.
Very true, yes.
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind
I'm just
that.
trying to think a few steps ahead about what is coming down the train tracks with the cartel and their associates.
Right. So you're trying to get ahead of the point by taking out some of the gold boots early. Maybe you call the leader of the gold boots over. Try to have some kind of treaty beforehand. Be like, hey, let's talk this out. Let's band together to be the new drug runners before the cartel. Get them here. Boom.
Right.
I could compromise down to that. You seem to be contemplating a lot.
I am contemplating.
Cade? From what I understand, Cade likes to shoot people, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what I do.
So Cade can just go shoot the gold boots, and then we bring the bodies here and put them in the building, and then we blow it up.
Sure, right.
I feel like I'm throwing out a lot of ideas, and none of them are sticking.
No, I mean, yeah, sure, right. That sounds great. Let's do that. That was
I
an
mean, I could
affirmative.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm sure. That sounds pretty easy.
I just wanted more enthusiasm. Okay, cool.
All right. So I'll go
we'll-
take out some gold boots.
Yeah,
We
like-
toss them in the car. Bring them
three
here.
important ones, maybe. Like not the
Yeah,
top,
give me
but
names. I'll make it happen.
which building do you want to blow up, Pete? I vote Rhonda's.
What's Rhonda's?
It's the strip club.
Oh. Dang. All right.
I don't know. We can also blow up Pete's house, but I don't know why the gold bits would be there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, blow up a strip club. I feel personal, too. I mean, that's me. I mean, they know you're,
Right.
like, that's like a real insult. Like a
Right,
real,
salt in the
I mean,
wound.
if it was true, I mean, it's us doing it, so we know that. But, I mean, that's pretty damn dirty.
We're in court defending our names, and then you just curb stomp the memory of one of the people who died in the events that we're trying to do. No, it's very
That's
pointed.
poetic.
Right.
Here, I thought you were square.
Cool. Well, I think we're going to have a lot more fun than they will.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. I ain't going to a courtroom. That's crazy.
Maybe 2 buildings. Should we blow up 2 buildings? I feel like 1 is just not enough.
Yeah. I talk a big game. I cannot lie. I'm not good at that at all.
Oh, I'm very good at lying.
Oh, no. I could. I think the truth will set you free most times. And I also kill most people that I tell the truth to. So, I mean, I don't have to
Does it
worry
really
about
set you free then? 'Cause you tell them and then you kill them?
Well, I don't kill them because I told them the truth. I usually already had to kill them for
Is that a
one reason
thing?
or another.
Like you told them the truth to the people you're going to kill because you need to tell the truth to somebody? Is that like a coping
Sometimes.
mechanism you have?
I mean, I've told gentlemen why I have to kill them sometimes. But sometimes they require me to do that. That's like kind of a thing sometimes. They like want them to know before they go. Which I don't understand that because they're going to be dead anyways. And they don't even know if I said it or not. I do. I mean, it's kind of like, I'd feel bad if I didn't do it after they told me to do it. But, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you from dying and coming back, you do remember. So maybe they're just like making sure, just in case in the future, if they come back, they know exactly who did it and why.
Oh, damn. All right, yeah.
Yeah. So be careful who you tell your truths to, because they might come back.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'll just kill them again.
Of course. It's a logical conclusion.
Yeah, I want to kill Death someday.
Okay. Why?
Right.
Huh?
Why?
Oh, why am I going to kill Death?
Why? Yeah. Why do you want to kill him?
He's a... Yeah, because Death is a coward.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
I'm
it?
going to find him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And everybody I kill from now on, I'm going to let them know. I'm going to tell them to tell him I'm coming. Really instill the fear of God in them before I get to him.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, it's probably how it works.
Regardless of how that works, I do agree that blowing up multiple buildings is probably better to send a point to exonerate the names of the 3 of them. So I'll set that in motion, make sure that everything that's needed is in
Rhonda's,
place.
your house, Nia's house.
The new lease and the Whispering Winds, I mean, it's not difficult.
Wait, what?
We're out.
I don't know where
We
any
know
of these
nothing.
places... I don't know what any of these places are. so
Pete
I
just
am-
hit. No, Pete just hit Nyx with, yeah, we can all name names of other places right here. Look at this go.
Just say the name.
And I mean, while we're at it, Craig's house, right?
I'll hit Craigslist. Man, that would seem so personal.
Well, no, we can't do Craig's list because we're still actively using it for distribution, but Gregory's house.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
You just to be clear, you want to bomb Whispering Wind's new lease, Rhonda's and Craigslist.
Well, no, I don't
That's your
want
list.
to.
That's what you want to do.
Want is not the word here. Need
You
it
seem pretty
in order
excited
to
about it.
exonerate those individuals.
So,
All right,
all
you're not
right.
wrong, but how do we coordinate 4 different buildings?
We've got associates, right? The youths, for one.
Yeah, let's bring
Yeah,
the
you guys
children
are a
into
gang,
this.
right? Got like gang members stuff.
Right. I mean, there are cobblers that are not troopies, that are not directly implicated or tied to court hearings and proceedings.
I guess I could be Moose again. All right, yeah, no, it could work. It could work.
Right.
I think
okay.
Gregory just said I could live with him too. All right, we'll bomb Gregory's apartment and the new lease at Whispering Winds and Rhonda's, and not tell them because we can't.
We
This
can't
feels
tell them.
great. This feels. Thanks, Pete, for this. This feels excellent.
Anyone else getting a weird, like, tension headache?
To be honest, I'm feeling better on here. I didn't have to listen to Pete speak anymore.
Oh, right, because you've got some weird personal vendetta against him now, right?
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I'm just unpacking a lot of things from like 6 or 7 months ago on a delay.
Oh.
I'm sure I'll get over it as long as he doesn't do anything rash.
I mean, you know, bringing somebody back from the dead, I imagine, would do that, so that's probably a fair assessment. Hey, just quick question, top of my head. Do you guys think we're going to go to jail when all of this is done?
No, they will never trap me.
Nah,
Not again.
I don't think so.
Will we be found
Okay,
guilty?
let me rephrase. Do you
Possibly.
think I'm gonna go to jail when all of this is said and done?
Do you want to go to jail, Nia?
I've told you my feelings about how it does to your hair and nails, guys. What do you
I'm
think?
not
Then
gonna
no.
let that happen.
Likewise.
I really don't want to be some fucking damsel in distress that needs a bunch of people to come help her, though. Like this.
No, of course not. You're perfectly capable of doing a lot of amazing things. And
Don't stop now,
don't-
Rendo. Keep going.
I was just about to say I don't know where I'm going with this anymore, but
You can
We're
stop.
just, you know,
honestly.
sometimes-
Yeah.
perfectly capable people still need backup and support. And that's why we're here. We're gonna
It's just
make
I'm
sure-
really good at lying, and now I know that there's a fucking rock between me and being able to lie to these people. That sort of puts things into a bit of an issue for my tactics, at least. I'm going to have to read a book or something tonight.
Probably.
Probably.
Like a specific one, or because I've got a few.
Nia, whatever you want to slice it up to, there's been a rock between us and our goals and objectives since all of this began. This is just a different rock. We'll get past this one the same that we always have. The only thing that's different this time is that the three of us are actually talking and communicating like we haven't been for the past 6 or 7 months.
Almost feels weird.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit, but in a good way. Like in a I'm uncomfortable, but I'm okay with it type of way.
So is this an open and honest space right now? No air quotes?
No air quotes.
Geist?
Yes.
Why are you being weird around Nyx?
I'm just trying to be open-minded and flexible. I have absolutely no idea what it is like to come back from the dead. And I am just afraid that I'm going to say the wrong thing. So I'm just reaffirming and repeating things a lot. Is that too
Okay.
much?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and I think it's making her a little uneasy, if I'm being perfectly
I don't know.
honest.
What if I'm too quiet? Then that's going to seem weird and like I'm distant. I say too
Why
much,
don't-
it seems like I'm overbearing.
Why don't you just, you know what?
If you were going to say
Yeah.
be myself.
I was gonna say be normal, but I don't.
That's really sweet,
think
Rendo,
that's
that you
possible.
thought he could do that. Geist,
He hasn't looked
why-
offended once so far in this past 10 seconds.
What is it that you think that, like, maybe made her be interested in communicating with you at all to begin with? Was it because you were repeating things constantly or because you were distant? What did you do before?
If you want a true, no air quotes, you want an honest answer to that?
No air quotes.
I think the only reason that she communicated with me at the very beginning was because I did repeat myself quite a bit. And she kept reminding me of that and bringing it up and saying that it was
Is
a
this
problem.
about your
But
shop?
it was, yes. A shop which I love, by the way. I'm just remembering that.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It kind of weirded her out back then too. That was part of the charm. But I think you've got onto something there. Just be charming. Be how you used to be with her.
But don't
I think-
think about it, because if you start thinking about being charming, it just makes you weird, and not like a cute kind of weird.
This is good. This is good advice.
I think you're onto something, and that none of us know what it's like to come back from the dead. But I
Right,
have to
right.
imagine that a big part of it is wanting to get back to living. So maybe just treat her like she hasn't been dead.
That is quite literally, maybe, the single most challenging thing I've ever been asked to do. You understand that, right?
Guys, you had a blood vat hooked up to a person for the better part of a
Yes.
year,
Right.
and this is challenging?
Yes. That was quite easy
Well,
to
see, 'cause-
acquire. The gentleman Brigands gave it to me for quite simple.
Where
I think
he's
you're
at
selling
now,
yourself a bit short.
he actually has to talk to someone and be honest with himself about his own feelings, which I can see being a little bit more complicated than living in an underground crypt with someone who don't talk to you.
Yeah, that part. Regardless, your advice is very good. I will do more while simultaneously doing less. I will try to think about what I'm saying while not thinking at all. I think that'll get me somewhere.
It'll
It'll get you somewhere for sure.
We'll find out where it gets you next week. This has been The Ties That Bind. Jump into our Discord, discord.gg/QR publishing, to let us know where all of the party has landed in your court of public opinion. And check out patreon.com/quasi-real publishing for a variety of subscription tiers. Until next time, keep crafting those myths.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all of you fine folks here, we would like to thank you, as always, for taking time out to be here and assisting the great city of Dirge, as is your civic duty. Now, the following people, we are going to be dismissing you for today. Appreciate everything. You're going to meet Miss Marguerite at the end of the hall. She's going to get you your check for the day and a juice box as a thank you. Sorry we didn't have any water in the back for you. Now, that's going to be for the original chaser. That's going to be for the Great Oz, Mr. Michael Cook. Hey, man, I want to talk to you some more about that recipe. I got a chance. I heard you about that in the hallway. It's going to be a Kai Dragon. That's going to be a Sanzatsu. That's going to be a Phoenix 001. I've heard about their delivery service. It's good. No, it's good, yeah. It's going to be Scott B. It's going to be Blair Little. Ryan Scripta. Michael. Just Michael? All right, Michael. Daniel Trout. Corey. Jesse Fishgrab. E. and Utani. I saw you both sitting together. Yeah, both use. Yeah, we can't trust either use. All right, then we're also going to be getting Samuel Karpowski and Harry Lynx. Harry Lynx, thank you all again. Appreciate your time.